This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
File a report on the condition of Lankan refugees in Punamali, the Madras High Court tells the government. AIADMK leaders are summoned by the Principal Sessions Court in a defamation case filed by the Chief Minister. Day 3 of the Air India nightmare, the Maharaja buckles under pressure from non-stop strike by pilots, suspends booking till the 3rd of May.
Irresponsible, kind of things are going on. We were not even informed via SMSs that the flights are cancelled.
Does the CMDA have different yardsticks for corporate muscle and the common man? We investigate in a special report.
Trend where we see that building which has completely been constructed without any authority, without any plan, without any sanction, it is just lying there and nobody takes any action.
Rajnikant speaks to NDTV after the first take of his debut period film Rana, but the superstar says his fan support will be by him.
Actor. Whenever you go for the first day shoot, how do you feel? Tension.
Rajnikant's fans can breathe easy now. Superstar's wife clarifies that Rajnikant was taken to the hospital only for a regular checkup.
Nothing. Be happy. He's fine. Nothing.
Legendary filmmaker Balachandar has been awarded the Dada Saheb Phalke Award, a tribute to this living legend. Actor Ajit decides to disband his fan clubs, pleads to his fans. A very good evening. You're watching Headlines now with me, Ashmat Kumar. Of course, a lot else is making headlines at this hour. Amongst those stories making headlines is, of course, London at this point with the royal wedding. And, of course, the first case, the first flyby. Of course, a lot of news coming in from London at this point. The buffet is being held right now by the Queen Elizabeth II in London at this point. We'll be getting you more updates from that in just a bit. But first, let's take a look at stories coming in from across the country. The wedding of the century sees Prince William tie the knot with Catherine Middleton. 2 billion across the world watch in awe. Former captain Hassan Tilakratne is out with a sensational revelation. Match fixing has been common in Sri Lanka. A war of words breaks out between the Congress and the BJP after the SP and the BSP joined the Congress and DMK to reject Joshi's report. Gujarat IPS officer Sanjeev Bhatt tells Supreme Court there's a threat to his life after his recent disclosures against Modi. And the Badshah of Bollywood says he will take off his shirt and make Dada take off his shirt as well if KKR win the IPL 4. Well, it's only a few minutes after 3 o'clock in London at this hour, and in a refreshing break from the traditional English gloomy weather, today the sun parted the clouds and shined bright on the newlyweds, almost as a gift from the heavens. And millions over the world witnessed on their TV screens the first kiss between the newlyweds Prince William and Catherine Middleton, who would now have been endowed with the titles of Duch and Duchess of Cambridge. Now, earlier the couple tied the knot at the Abbey and returned to Buckingham Palace in an open horse-drawn carriage, even as massive crowds cheered on the newlyweds. Now, the reception has been hosted in the palace by Queen Elizabeth II. The reception boasts of an 8-tier wedding cake and over 10,000 dishes prepared by 21 chefs. It will be followed by a private dinner hosted by Prince Charles. As for commoners, well, billions watched over television screens the world over. Thousands watched on big screens erected in Trafalgar Square and Hyde Park. All eyes, meanwhile, were on the balcony of Buckingham Palace, where the newly wedded couple emerged and had their first public kiss. The kiss was marked with a flypast courtesy of the RAF, or the Royal Air Force, in the Windsor Formation. London played host to this traditional English wedding. The city has been painted in shades of blue, white, red and purple, the colours of royalty. And speaking of dressing up, the couple did justice to the occasion. The bride was seen in her beautifully laced long-sleeved gown, which has been confirmed to be a design of Sarah Burton of Alexander McQueen. Prince William, meanwhile, was dressed in the uniform of a colonel in the Irish Guard. Now, the wedding featured the who's who of English royalty and glitterati, numbering over 1900. The Beckhams and Elton John were some of the invited. As far as some of the Indian VIPs go, Raghav Raj Singh, Shivrati and Shelja were at the Abbey as well. And back in the state now, the aftershocks of Karunanidhi slapping a defamation case against the AIADMK are being felt. The Principal Sessions Court has summoned the senior leader of the opposition, the AIADMK. The leaders include O. Selvam, K. A. Sengotian, P. H. Manoj Bandian and D. Jayakumar. They have asked to appear before the court on the 22nd of June. The defamation case relates to the AIDMK leaders' representation to the Election Commission, in which they alleged that the DMK government was trying to destroy the government files under the pretext of shifting departments from Fort St. George to the new Secretariat complex.
The defamation complaint filed against the O. Selvam, K. A. Sengotian, Manoj Pandian and Jayakumar was taken up by the learned principal session judge today, and then the judge takes the complaint on file, issue process to the accused, and directed the accused to be present on June 22nd for this concerned case. The above said complaint has been filed by the government against the accused for passing derogatory and defamatory statement against the Honorable Chief Minister, stating that he tried to destroy the important files. In this connection, the complaint was present before the said court, and the learned judge takes the complaint on file. All the accused are directed to be present on 22nd 6, 2011.
Well, the Madras High Court has asked the state government to reply on the condition of Lankan Tamil refugee prisoners lodged at the Punamali camp by June 6th. Now, for the past 11 days, 4 inmates at the detention camp have been on an indefinite fast. Nearly 40 Sri Lankan Tamil refugee prisoners in Chengalpet camp have also started a hunger strike demanding that they be allowed to live with their families, as they have been detained for a long time without any trials.
In Pundamalli Tamil refugee camp, 4 refugees are on indefinite fast for the 11th day today. No action has been taken by the government of Tamil Nadu. Since the government has not taken any action, Prisoners' Rights Forum has filed a writ petition for a direction to the government to take immediate action to bring all the 4 Tamil refugees to court and do them justice, or to release them from the camp, and to allow them to live with their family members. After hearing the writ petition today, the Honorable Court has directed the government of Tamil Nadu to give reply as to what action has been taken.
Well, it's day 3 of the Air India pilot strike that has severely crippled the airline's operations across the country. Now, despite the Delhi High Court pulling them up and issuing contempt notices, the pilots are in no mood to relent. Air India has stopped taking domestic bookings for the next 5 days after more pilots joined in on the strike on Thursday. And as the standoff continues, the bigger issue seems to be lost. Hardest hit are the passengers, the taxpayers who actually finance the airline. Now, Air India has announced a drastic cut in its domestic operations. Only 12 out of 56 flights are operating out of Mumbai today, while 15 out of 66 flights are operating out of Delhi. Well, meanwhile, 20 flights from Chennai alone were cancelled yesterday because of the unrest within Air India between the pilots and the management. This a day after Air India sacked 6 pilots and de-recognized their association. Yesterday, 25 executive pilots from Delhi, 32 from Mumbai and around 20 from Chennai called in sick as well, escalating the crisis on the hands of Air India. And well, in more news, bonded labourers get in fact a whiff of fresh air of freedom. More on this on the other side of this small break.